In Wales's largest county, Powys, Drew's landed on...
Can I just lift this out, because this is quite an expensive painting.
A vibrant artwork sourced a few miles down the road.
What are you asking for it?
No, I'd probably want about 800 for it. Yeah.
It's fantastic.
Deal. And to be honest, the only reason it's in the shop, I would have had it, but it freaks my wife out. She finds it too scary.
Yeah, it's really disturbing.
She refused to have it in the house.
I've got quite a large collection now of outsider art, and it just fits in right. I think it's really wonderful.
It is a really, really cool
And I can't believe I nearly sat on it. The pleasure I get from buying art, I think, is greater than anything else that I buy. And one day I may sell it all, but not now, not right now.
Found by Gavin in Powys, this Stefan Knapp painting evokes the haunting memories of an artist who witnessed the horrors of humanity. Born in Poland in 1921, on the outbreak of World War II, Knapp's father was murdered by Soviet Union forces, and an 18-year-old Stefan was imprisoned in a Siberian labor camp for 3 years. Released in 1942, he traveled to England as a refugee, where he trained as a Spitfire pilot, before enrolling in art school and devoting himself to painting. Winning international fame for his patented technique of enamel paint on steel, Knapp completed countless commissions and exhibitions all over the world until his death in 1996. In perfect condition, this painting could be worth around £1,600.
You've got a lot of Welsh blanket. What are you asking for the blankets?
That's the biggest one. That's a good size. I mean, a retailer would be about 250 on that, but 200 trade.
Another one of the things I absolutely love to buy. I think they're just so beautifully made. Being in Wales, I'm always on the lookout for one thing, Welsh blankets. There's loads of history on them, and there's different valleys which would have different mills. How much was that again, Gavin? 200?
The trade would be 200, yeah.
I'll take that, please, sir.
OK.
Yep, lovely. Marvellous. They go around the world whenever we put them online, and I have them in my own house. I actually counted the other day, I have one in every room. They're simple, they're nice, they have a purity to them, they have an innocence to them that I really like. Where did that piece of wood come from?
It was found in a property in Shrewsbury. I think it's like a bedpost or something. And it was in one of the old buildings near the Abbey. If you look on the carving there, it looks like it's a jester or something.
Oh, yeah,
see how the chin comes out. And...
That's a great thing, isn't it? What intrigues me is this form of decoration they've used over the whole thing.
Yeah.
That's really interesting. There's one thing that's really caught my eye here, and it's just this piece of 250 to 350-year-old oak post. I think it's more of an architectural feature. I think it's been a newel post at the bottom of the staircase because of that single joint and then the two holes higher up. It looks like something that's come from the sort of Welsh marches, so we're looking at this area up towards Leominster, Ludlow. It's really interesting. What are you asking?
80 quid.
I'm going to give you £80 for that, just for the interest.
Thank you.
Fascinating. And it piques my interest that I have in investigating things. Its real value will be added when you find out exactly what it is. So for £80, I'll take a chance and try and learn about it. Gavin, I mean, superb, mate.
Thank you.
Hats off to you, because it's a really, really strong look, and you have an ideology. Yes. Like the name. You do, you genuinely do. So, should we grab the van? Yep. Start loading up. Our day-to-day has been honestly brilliant. He has his own way of looking at things, and it's artistic, it's interesting, it's different, it makes you think. We've spent about £1,800 on stock. I'll be able to turn over the majority of it, hopefully fairly quickly. Gavin will go out and do his thing again, and the wheel keeps turning, and we'll just keep it going.
It's been good to sell a few bits to Drew, and nice that he's complimentary about what we're doing here and encouraging us to keep doing what we're doing.
Gavin, mate, thank you so much for today.
You're welcome.
Really
Thanks for coming.
soon.
Yep, see you again.
Cheers.
Thank you.
Take care. See you.
See you, Drew. Bye.
So that was great. Gavin, what a nice fella.
Yes.
Really liked his setup, liked him, liked his attitude, liked his stock.
And we'll be going back, I'm assuming.
I think we'll be going back A good guy, a good dealer. I like him.
Bidding farewell to Drew's home turf with a vanload of Welsh finds, Drew and T are heading to Cornwall, 250 miles southwest, to an auction of pieces from the local house of a long-time collector.
As you can see, we're down in sunny Liskeard. So we're going off to Clark's auction house.
Wow.
And today, they've got quite an interesting auction on. They have disinterred the contents of a very large country house nearby, and everything in the house is coming up for sale.
And cake?
Ideally, there's tea and cake.
We've got a phone bid on now.
On cake?
Yeah.
2 Vicky sponges and a mug of tea, please.
First referenced in the Domesday Book in 1086, the medieval market town of Liskeard was a key player in southeast Cornwall's tin mining production from the 14th century, shipping tin to mainland Europe in exchange for luxury goods such as wine and olive oil. Later expanding into copper, lead and silver, Liskeard transformed into an industrial and commercial hub, building an abundance of grand and imposing buildings. Today, in the heart of the town, is Clark's Auction Rooms, one of Devon and Cornwall's leading sale rooms. Led by an auctioneer with over 2 decades of experience in antiques and art, Paul Clark.
I used to be a dealer myself for a good 10 years, and it got to a stage where I just felt that it was time to go off in a different direction. We've been established for 12 years, and today's sale we have some really good quality fine miniatures. They've come from a collector who bought them in 1953, and they've not been on the market since. My job is to make sure we get the best possible price for our sellers, and I think with over 500 bidders online as well, it could be competitive.
Here we go, Clark's Auctions. Right, hello.
Good morning.
Hi, how you doing? Can I just register, please?
Of course, we can give you that one.
Yeah, that'll, yeah. It's my lucky number.
Is it?
Well, it is now.
And there's our catalogue. That's okay with you?
Marvellous.
Lovely. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Okay.
Right. This here, look. That.
Look, oh, there's an exploded shell.
An exploded shell.
Wow, that's amazing.
I really, really like that. I like to view auctions whenever possible because it's all about scale and condition and colour and, you know, some pieces just emanate a sort of magic in themselves. There's one piece here which I really, really want. It holds that special something, and it's the base of an exploded bomb, and it just has it. It's just got it. And hopefully it's not going to be too much money. And the malachite box is really nice as well. Troika. We've bought it in the past. It has a huge following. There's a good few lots. As with any auction, if anything else comes up that looks like I can sort of get in there and sneak it and get something cheap enough, I'm going to. That's my job.
Let's get started. Troika pottery cylindrical vase by Sylvia Valance, bought in 1967. I like that. This one, £20 bid with us on the book at 20 bid. Book 55 on the internet now, 60 on the internet, clears the bid on the book, 65. £65, 70 on my right-hand side. That's £70 seated, 75, 80, at £80 seated, at £80, 85 in time, 90, at £90 seated, at £90, at 90 you're done. 373, thank you.
Troika is a type of pottery that's sort of generic to the area. Don't buy a lot of that ever, but when it turns up, it has got a certain cachet to it, and it's extremely artistic no matter what way you look at it. It's not as exaggerated in its form as most of the other pieces. It's just a chic object.
Made in the Cornish town of St Ives, this vibrant glazed cylinder vase is the work of Cornish local Sylvia Valance, a visiting potter at the Troika studio, founded in the early 1960s, founded by a trio of like-minded artists from diverse art backgrounds. The brand's distinctive colours and designs won popularity in fashionable London stores, like Heels and Liberty, and Troika became one of the most collected forms of modern British pottery in the 1970s. Beautifully preserved, this example could fetch around £250.
Thank you. And 59 is a pair of Olympic drumsticks by Dom Powell, a drummer of Slade. We've had some fun with these, haven't we? £50.
Oh, yes.
£50, anyone? Come on, Slade.
Yeah.
Yeah, £50.
Yeah, I want those.
£50 fit in the room. At 50, at £50, give us a tune in a minute. At £50, then you're done at 50.
Oh, yeah, it's Christmas.
One of the best rock and roll bands to ever come out of this country. I'm having those. Brilliant. I'm going to give them away to a friend. I think they're just wonderful things. They're great.
309. Very unusual copper encased circular dining table with 6 chairs and 2 carvers. 300 somebody. Copper in it, I think. £300 bid in the room. That's £300 on the right-hand side. £300 bid. 310 on the internet. And 20, 30, 40.
This is a copper and brass centre table by a guy called Rodolfo de Barry. You do not expect to find a piece by this guy in a regional auction house in Cornwall. It's a belter. It really, really is. In the catalogue, right, it does not say table by Rodolfo de Barry. So anybody searching for that sort of stuff online may not have seen it. So I could get lucky here, really lucky, because it's quite a valuable piece.
1,000 and 50, 1,100 and 50, 1,200 and 50, 1,300 and 50, 1,400 and 50, 1,500 and 50.
At East Cornwall's leading sale room, where they're auctioning off the contents of a local country house.
Yeah, I want those.
At £50, then you're done at 50.
Drew's battling it out with an anonymous online bidder for an exclusive dining table by the Argentinian-Spanish designer Rodolfo de Barry.
1,500 and 50, 1,600 and 50, 1,700 and 50, 1,800. At £1,800 in the room, 1,850, they're back again. Nope, thank you very much for your bid. At 1,850 then, on the internet at 1,850. You sell it. Thank you.
Is your neck hurting now after all that nodding?
I'm exhausted. Well, it wasn't to be. At the other end of that phone is a man. He's sat online and he's trawled every auction house. And he's gone, I know exactly what that is and I've got the market for it. There's just not enough in it and I have to come out of it. I'm quite irritated. But that's auctions. That's how it is.
At 38, you're done at 38. 40 in time. At 45. At £45, at 45, you're done at 45.
I've had a good look at that market box. There we go, right. Really attractive, decent size. The hinge there, you can see, glued it back on. Yeah, because that stud doesn't go all the way through it.
Malachite's just really beautiful. It looks good enough to eat, doesn't it? But this is a case in point of going to the auction house and viewing the items. It's had a bit of a hard life, but overall, it's still a very, very beautiful item. So I'll have a go at that as well.
£55 is a continental malachite domed box. £80 somebody. Nice feast, £60. Right, let's get it gone. £50 then, £50 at the front, 55 in the room, 60, 5, 70, yep, 70, 5, 80, 5, 90, 5, 100, 110, 120, 130, 140, 150, 160, 170, 180, 190, 210. Nope, you're out at 210 on the right-hand side at 210. You're all done at 210, last chance in the room and online.
Excellent, that's good. That's okay. I've got about 60 to 80 quid's worth of time and effort to get it perfect. Then what's it worth? Not 500, but over 4, and that's enough. That's okay.
An unusual semi-precious stone, likely sourced in the Democratic Republic of Congo, malachite is renowned for its rich intensity of colour, thanks to a high copper content and signature beautiful wavy banding. A highly valued stone for thousands of years, this exquisite hand-carved trinket box with minor historic repairs could be worth around £450.
68's the next one. The bookshop.
Because this is all bronze, bizarrely. It's non-ferrous, which I didn't know they made them out of. I think that is fantastic.
It's exploded onto the market.
And 68 is a remnant of the base of an exploded World War II bomb shell. There we are, look. Put your fruit in that, couldn't you, really? £50, someone. £50 bid on my right-hand side at 50, 55, you in? 60, 5, 70. Nope, £70 on the right-hand side at 70, you're holding at £70. 373.
Fantastic. Going out. Lovely. Right, I think we're done. Let's pick everything up. Get paid up. You're going to play the drumsticks a lot, yeah?
Definitely. £70 for all of that. Gruesome, awful beauty. Imagine lumps of that flying through the air at hundreds of miles an hour. Horrendous. Absolutely horrendous. But you can't forget about it, and you shouldn't ignore it, and it shouldn't be hidden. Just a really interesting thing. It says it all, that one. Really does. Oh.